Let's talk about the 5 freedoms. Let's go back to 1964, when Ruth Harrison, an English author, exposed the harsh reality of factory farming in the UK in her book Animal Machines. This book describes intensive livestock and poultry farming practices of the time. Outcry from the British public regarding these practices revealed in the book prompted the UK government to re-examine the current welfare standard for farm animals. In 1965, a committee chaired by Roger Bramble presented a report titled Report of the Technical Committee to Inquire into the Welfare of Animals Kept Under Intensive Livestock Husbandry Systems. This report became known as the Bramble Report. Summarised, this report stated that animals should have the freedom to stand up, lie down, turn around, groom themselves and stretch their limbs. These freedoms became known as Bramble's 5 Freedoms. By 1979, the Welfare Advisory Committee's title became the Farm Animal Welfare Council, now Committee. And by the end of 1979, the initial 5 freedoms had been arranged into a systematic code. The Dangerous Wild Animals Act of 1976 was initially enacted in response to the increasing fashion of people in the late 1960s keeping interesting pets, which were often of the more dangerous species. It was increasingly seen as unacceptable in regard to public safety for the average citizen to be able to acquire a potentially dangerous animal without some form of regulatory control. Its purpose was to ensure when private individuals kept dangerous wild animals, they do so in circumstances which do not create risk to the public and safeguard the welfare of the animals. The Zoo Licensing Act 1981. The Act aims to ensure that where animals are kept in enclosures, they are provided with a suitable environment to provide an opportunity to express most normal behaviours. The British and Irish Association of Zoos and Aquariums is the professional body representing the best zoos and aquariums in the UK and Ireland. BIAZ is a member of both the World Association of Zoos and Aquariums and the European Association of Zoos and Aquariums, and through this network members collaborate on a global scale to further conservation science, natural history and environmental education and animal welfare. In accordance with zoo licensing systems, all of BIAZ members are subject to regular inspections led by local authorities, the Government's Department of Environmental, Food and Rural Affairs. In accordance with zoo licensing systems, all of BIAZ members are subject to regular inspections led by local authorities, but drawing on expert inspectors appointed by the Government Department of Environmental, Food and Rural Affairs, DEFRA. DEFRA is the UK government department responsible for safeguarding our natural environment, supporting our world-leading food and farming industry and sustaining a thriving rural economy. DEFRA was created after the old Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries and Food was abolished in the wake of the perceived mismanagement of the foot-and-mouth disease epidemic in 2001. EAZA. Formed in 1992, the European Association of Zoos and Aquariums facilitate cooperation within the European zoo and aquarium community towards the goals of education, research and conservation. By ensuring that the member zoos and aquariums achieve and maintain the highest standard of care and breeding for the species. WAZA. Since 1935, the purpose of the World Association of Zoos and Aquariums has been to guide, encourage and support zoos, aquariums and like-minded organisations of the world in animal care, welfare, environmental education and global conservation. Bye.